President Trump is defending his pick to lead the CIA. He wrote this morning, "My highly respected nominee for CIA Director Gina Haspel has come under fire because she was too tough on terrorists." This comes just a few days after sources tell us that Haspel on Friday offered to withdraw her nomination. That stunned aides at the White House who rushed over to talk to her at the CIA, tried to convince her to stay in the running. CNN is now learning that national security officials and even some Republicans are preparing backup options if her nomination fails. Josh Dawsey has this reporting. He is the White House reporter at the Washington Post. He joins me now with more. Josh, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
All right, yes, I got a little signal in my ear, so just making sure. Walk us through what you're hearing here in terms of how significant this is, especially following the debacle around the VA nominee, Ronny Jackson.
Well, on Friday, Gina Haspel certainly saw her nomination imperiled in her own mind. She came over to the White House for a meeting on torture and left telling White House officials she was going to withdraw. Top officials rushed over to the CIA Friday evening, Sarah Sanders, a press secretary among them, to try to convince her to stay. And it really took about 24 hours. And now where you're at a crossroads where you have a razor-thin majority in the Senate. You have questions from the left and the right on her role in the enhanced interrogation techniques, her role in potentially destroying the videotapes of the torture, and she's going to have a tough hearing on Wednesday. Even her biggest allies in the White House, really think this could go either way. So that's kind of where we are right now, 48 hours before she goes to Capitol Hill for her big day.
The big thing this administration needs, Josh, as you know, is a smooth confirmation, right? For a big nominee like this, it doesn't look like it's going to be smooth. Whether she gets it, we'll see. In terms of a backup plan, I mean, this is some national security officials and some Republicans in Congress putting names out there, names like Susan Gordon, who's the deputy director of the National Intelligence Agency. The fact that they're willing to even put names out there when Gordon has publicly supported Haspel.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that the president is at that point yet. The president over the weekend told his aides to go out and really back Haspel. There may be some speculation in national security circles that would not surprise me at all. There could even be with inside the White House. I have not heard that, but there could be. But I don't think we're quite there yet to the point of new names being vetted. I certainly think after Wednesday's hearing, within very quick order, we'll know what our chances are.
There is a chance that some Democrats do vote for her. What are you hearing in terms of where that stands right now and the president's line of attack now on Twitter against Democrats on this issue? Could that hurt the nomination process for her?
Well, it's hard to know. You have a number of red state Democrats who, in their state, President Trump's very popular. The last thing they want is his wrath on Twitter at a campaign rally. And they voted for some of his nominees, like Mike Pompeo for Secretary of State, who was recently confirmed and got 57 votes, among them, 6 or 7 Democrats. So there's a good chance she could get these. I think what the president said on Twitter this morning, in some ways is helpful to her, in some ways is not. Him talking about putting it on torture and saying people are hitting her because of her record on, enhanced interrogation. That's a main concern for a lot of Democrats and for some moderate Republicans like Susan Collins. So I'm not sure him making that the main fight is in our best interest. That said, a lot of his supporters, the president has said time and time again, he supports torture. He supports, going after these people that we've captured on the battlefield. And for a lot of his supporters, the president looks tough. He looks like he's aligning himself with a woman who also, supports torture, even though many in his administration do not.
Josh Dawsey, thank you. Important reporting. We appreciate it.